that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too. Yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Ah, yeah. I'm sure they'd prefer me over a scary-looking old man like you, boss. Der macht schon wieder diesen Kussmund. Watch it. I'm still your superior. You oughta act like you respect me, at least. Oh, I thought I was... You were? Shit, is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. Uh, it's probably just me, actually. Ah, Will don't think you can get away with that with other people. So anyways, boss. Ouch. Were you even listening? We've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, to know Komagata High School cases that Hachima was handling. And we need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Yay! About the case of death. Dieser Kussmund. As for the cause of death, we don't know until the autopsy is done. From what we've seen though it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of the park like that, it certainly seems suspicious. We found sign of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? So schnell geht das meistens eher nicht. The only things Hachime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets, so we can rule out a mugging. So there probably aren't many people who think would try mugging a cop as big as him. I've also heard that Hachime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have to have been pretty strong to take on Hachime. Time of death was around 11 p.m. 2 days ago, outside of the park's operating hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 p.m., the day before yesterday. What was Hachime doing out here at that time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? It's hard to imagine a cop like Hachime would trespass for no reason, and since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? Oh, that does seem likely. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hachime met someone here to discuss something in secret, and then they got into a fight? No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must be planned something. Then you think it was medicated? That would mean they called Hachime to the park with the intent to kill him? Well, there's still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hachime and things went south from here. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. about Tsutsumi. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the first division, boss. I've always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You were the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Oh yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the first just as I was assigned to it. So getting to work a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that. Well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you run your mouth like that. It's getting late, you must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Oh, really? Funny, I've been wowed by you too. On the topic of family, what do you like, boss? The hell is wrong with you? Prying into my personal life all of a sudden. It's just, I've never heard you talk about them or anything. Or are you single? Shut up, shut it. That's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though. How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20 some years ago. Huh? So then. God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. I was never home much, too focused on work. I'd come home late only to get called, right back out again. Please, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. How sad, especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you're transferred out of the first? It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Ario. You say that, but there's not much I can do, isn't there? That's nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it, not unless they're involved with police work themselves or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense? Come on, I promise I don't mean this the way it sounds, but how old is she? Alter. Jeez! You don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. Keine Ahnung. She's a bit raw around the edges. I think most when men are intimidated by her. Last I heard she's living by herself and going to college. Wow, a college student. Man, love an educated lady. Stop that. What kind of cop are you? Making baseless assumptions like that. She's living on her own, though? Huh. You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't told you? Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere. I would not. I don't think. Come on now. We both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. Nee, scheinbar nicht. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Nejima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied that case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. All that was just cracking the case, finding the guy, it was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skins crawl when he learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked one little thing, we may never have caught him at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right, we didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but we may have stuck Fumichika Nejima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. Ah, about the occult. So all the occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What you're talking about? The rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you two. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. But don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels? I don't know really somehow. The whole thing started right here in Honjo in Sumida City, so I thought that maybe... Ich muss mal meinen Laptop in Strom anschließen. Habe ich vergessen. Haben wir dann auch gemacht. Cut it out. Nothing good can come of getting involved with that right or whatever or what or that record of face. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that, seriously. This isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the rite of resurrection after a body of yours died, but bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy, it's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles, got it? Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right, let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh god, what is that? Ah, boss, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Damn it, this was that case all along. Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Ah! Such deep sorrow, as reasonful memories flowing. War zu schnell. Kill them. Kill them. Those who spread lies. Kill them all. You have acquired the power of the cursed stone, the evergreen beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Press the use curse button when someone lies to you. Ugh. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now, kill. Can you hear it, cursed barrier? You who so strongly desires the right, kill them. What? Boss? Boss? Boss, what the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile. Sorry, I'm fine. Irio, yes? I have some bad news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? Okay. The Hand of the Cursed Barriers Part 2. Okay, interessant. Also er ist jetzt auch also Alter, da hatte ja Shogo am Anfang recht, dass er vielleicht einer der Polizisten. Er hat ja so die Vermutung gehabt. Aber er hat dir gesagt, er weiß nicht welcher und er weiß nicht, ob er beide gleichzeitig umbringen kann. Und das war ja das große Problem. Das ist interessant. Ja, dann gehen wir mal The Hand of the Cursed Barriers Part 1. Ich lasse euch das mal kurz stehen. Alter, heavy. Aber wen will er jetzt zurückrufen? Start. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 12 a.m. Yasuda Gardens. Okay, let me get this straight, boss. The rise of a resurrection really exists, and to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curse from the 7 mysteries of Honjo. And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach that's told in this area. Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake. You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth. I'm never silly. The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're talking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close. Ah, are you just being a sore loser? Not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point, I'm trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please, just listen. You don't have to keep saying it, I'm listening. You don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk. Hey, wait for me, boss. Okay. Boss rennt weg. Gehen wir wohl mal hier zur Brücke.